Whoa, crikey.
Hey, sup? Let's do this. What are you doing?
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, my holiday finished.
So, when did you get back?
Friday.
And you're going to tell me when?
When it became relevant, as it just did.
Well, fair enough, fine. Well, I've been perfectly fine. I've been very happy without you. It's been great. Yeah, had so much fun without you. You wouldn't believe it.
I bought you presents.
I like presents.
Got you this for Pokemon Y.
It's a chest man!
I got you this from Despicable Me.
Oh, gotta refocus
Oh,
this.
don't refocus, you're going to knock the camera over. And I got you this from Harry Potter.
Bertie bots every flavoured beans. Alright, you're forgiven for abandoning Reeltime. Right, let's start the episode.
Wait, where's my present? So, what have you been doing while I've been away?
Let's see, nothing much. I watched some anime, nothing much, made a video, but...
Hang on a minute. Oh, it's YouTube. Oh, subscription notification. Let's have a look at this. Reeltime uploaded a video yesterday.
Someone hacked our account, a madman that looked exactly like me.
Really? Oh, I better have a look at this. Let's watch this video.
Whenever I'm gone, I can watch all the anime I like. Oh, sorry. No more means I can say a full sentence and no one interrupts me. This is my opinion on Pokemon. Pokemon is amazing. Oh,
What the F?
I don't know.
I do not interrupt you!
I do not know who that guy was and why he looked exactly like me, but there is an imposter with our account details. We need to change them. I can't believe the nerve of some people taking advantage of my loneliness.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around this.
Did you know that there's now a competition for your replacement?
You what?
Yeah, if you've watched that to the very, very end, you can choose who to replace you, and I'm an option.
Oh, what the F? What the... You've got 6 votes. Wow, you're not very popular, are you?
Look, it just started the competition. I'm gonna win.
Sure you are. Right, well, so, I'm being replaced then, am I?
Yeah, should we roll the credits? Roll the intro, I mean?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah!
That makes us even?
Yeah, even. Sorry. Anyway, so what are we going to do today then?
Well, I thought we could just maybe have a catch-up episode, maybe talk about some films we might have seen, because I've been away for a month, so... And I've only seen one film in that time, and I'll tell you about that later.
Okay, right, so we'll talk about some films, maybe some excitement that's coming up. This would be nice. That's easy breeze episode. This wind is too strong!
I don't like being back here already.
It's beautiful here. What are you on about? Well, I mean, obviously it's not like to the standards you're used to, but...
You call this beautiful? Ugh.
Actually, I have to admit, it's not that beautiful, but you know, on a nice Wednesday, maybe, well, it'd be quite beautiful. So, about that film you said you watched.
Oh yeah, I saw Gravity twice in the States. Yeah, it was before it came out here, because I think it came out on the 8th here, and I think it came out at like the end of October.
You moan about me making an episode behind your back, and yet you betray me by going to watch a film without me.
There's a bit of difference between watching a film without someone and replacing them.
Well, I watched 4 too without you. Oh yeah? What's that? 1 week released in the UK before America? I'm sorry, I can't hear you over my Britishness.
My Britishness. Okay, fair enough. So, which one should we talk about first?
Let's go back Gravity, because I've seen it too.
Okay, we went to see Gravity today, which was my third time, and it was Carl's first. And
I was just a lone Gravity virgin.
And basically, it's one of the films that seems to be like the centre of film topics at the moment, because it's really well acclaimed by the critics. It's got like a 97% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's like the #1 film, and I loved it.
I thought it was good. Yeah, it was really good. I'm more impressed by the fact that there's only like no shots on Earth.
Yeah.
Like I think there's like 1 or 2, but that's it. But it's all set in space, obviously in a massive rotating green screen, gives them to really give the illusion that they're floating.
But it just looks incredible. Basically, the story is Sandra Bullock plays a character called Dr. Ryan Stone. George Clooney plays a character called Lieutenant Matthew Kowalski. And basically, they're up in space. They're working on the Hubble telescope when all hell breaks loose.
Pretty much, yeah. Hell breaks loose, and they get attacked by loads of shrapnel.
Shrapnel?
Oh, it is the shrapnel,
It's
isn't
shrapnel.
it? Shrapnel.
Maybe that's what the Russians call it, but basically they've launched a missile at their own satellite, which creates a chain reaction which destroys several
Everything.
other satellites, and it shoots them around the Earth at like 50,000 miles an hour.
So separated from their ship's getting destroyed and separated. They're literally alone in space.
Yeah.
And gravity's not with them. Obviously, there is no gravity in space. Meaning, if they drift, there's no way they can just go.
Yeah, you can't change momentum in space. It's really good how they just keep the harsh realities of space. In that life is impossible.
It's tense, very tense. But one thing, I mean, obviously this is a good thing, so it's not really a bad thing. But it's just like they just didn't give the characters a break. like 1 minute they're having fun at the beginning, then oh no, shrapnel!
It's shrapnel.
Shrapnel! And the long-haired people can't pronounce shrapnel. Anyway, so yeah, they get attacked by shrapnel, they go flying around for a bit, then they're rescued, and oh no, even more shrapnel! And then they're crashing through, satellites are getting destroyed, and they're finally safe, and there's a fire! They just literally, they just don't catch a break. That's my point in this discussion.
Wow, that is such an expert sort of analysis of the storyline. Yeah.
Well, what else do I need to describe about the story other than they're trying to survive in space and get back?
Nothing much really, unless we're conscious of spoilers. Are we conscious of spoilers? We'll have a disclaimer.
There's going to be a
at the start.
disclaimer, but we won't go into too many spoilers.
I told you nothing. I see nothing.
You have a visual of Explorer.
No.
You have a visual of ISS.
No.
You need to focus. Anything. The sun and the Earth. Give me
I can't
coordinates.
breathe.
Sandra Bullock's performance as Ryan Stone is one of the best female performances I've seen, because she's a fantastic actress anyway, but for her to play a sort of uncharacteristically sad character and pull it off brilliantly, it just kind of shows, because think about it, Will Smith in After Earth, one of the most charismatic actors in the world, tries to do serious and it just fails completely, whereas Sandra Bullock does it absolutely to perfection.
God
in
bless
Gravity.
Will Smith. But one thing, there's like a lack of cast.
Oh yeah, there's
3 characters I think I can remember.
Yeah.
One of them that's hardly on screen anyway.
Sandra Bullock, George Clooney, and AJ from EastEnders, which I was really surprised at. Good for him.
But yeah, I think that's like the only cast in it, and then the rest are just voices.
And Ed Harris, who voices Houston, who ironically enough also voiced Houston in Apollo 13 with Tom Hanks. So he's got experience with sort of space roles.
Typecast.
But I honestly can't think of another film where just the opening bit just grabs my attention so well. And just the fact that it says the temperature fluctuates between this much and that much.
It's a very arty film.
There's no sound, there's no pressure, life in space is impossible, then you get the title, and the sound builds up so much, and then it just cuts to silence, and you just see space. And my god, I don't know how long it is until the film cuts. It must be about 15 minutes, which is just extraordinary. I mean, how they did it is just beyond me. Oh, dear. I went a bit overboard then. Let's talk about George Clooney. What did you think of his performance?
I loved how he was. Like the comedic relief in it. The whole film, like the whole film, is built on this tense, like you could die at any second pressure.
Yeah.
And then he comes in and starts talking about vodka and stuff like that. He does add a nice bit of comic relief to help relieve the audience.
And just Houston, I have a bad feeling about this mission. And it's just, all the dialogue, like right at the start when they're just talking between them,
It's
it
very
feels
natural.
so real.
It's natural. That's the best way to describe it. It's
and
like
it's just, even though they're talking about like relays, fixing all
it's
that,
work. It's conversation you would talk typically at work, and like to them, they were at work.
Yeah.
They weren't like, oh, I'm in space, la di da da da. Let's talk about. Oh, look, there's a star over there.
Yeah.
They're talking about work.
And it's just the fact
everyday
that
life.
Houston is saying like, we have heard the Chevrolet story. Engineering has heard it several times, and it doesn't sound like it's been put in to be funny. It just is funny, and it doesn't sort of make it seem like they're professionals being idiots, because they're not.
They're not. They're just being themselves. By the way, Rob, what do you think it'd be like to be in zero gravity?
I think it would.
Could you just imagine? That.
Yeah, but you'd be wearing a helmet and one of those
Shut
sort of.
I think we should try and reenact zero gravity.
Okay. Okay.
I'm floating off screen.
It's also did John get out of the shop. I'm coming to get you, Kyle. Something fell on my head.
And gravity's back in the room.
Ow! Ow! Ouch, kabibble.
Oh, where the hell did I get this cat?
Do you copy?
Yes, I copy. I'm
Give me your
detached.
position.
I don't know. I'm spinning. I can't.
Now, one of the things I want to bring up purely in terms of production value is the sound in this movie. I mean, loads of films in the past have made the mistake of having scenes in space where the characters talk to each other and there's
Not
no
through radio transmission.
Yeah, there's no sound in space, and my god, it pulls it off so well. I mean, it's not even just the fact that all sound is just muted, but like every time a character touches something, you just hear a sort of boom,
I feel invaded.
and it's just so good. And yeah, well, I noticed, I read up on this, and apparently they had a test screening for people, and apparently they wanted more aliens and monsters in it.
Yes, aliens make everything better. We need an alien in real time.
Yes, we totally need an alien in real time.
Maybe one of the Rob replacements. It's poking my back. Shall we move on to another film then?
Let's do a quick star rating. I want to give it 5 stars. Do you?
I will float and say it should have. Yeah, no, 4 stars is cool.
No, 5.
No, 4.
It's 5 stars.
5 means perfect. I want to go 4.
It is a perfect film.
Okay, right. So here's Kyle's stars. Here's Rob's stars.
Mine are better. It's 5 stars. So yeah. Oh, and one other thing. If you get a chance to see it in 3D.
The 3D is very good, and I'm someone that typically avoids 3D all the time, so no, give it a watch in 3D.
And my summary would be best film of the year so far until this comes out.
Are you going to, just because I made an episode without you and kind of replaced you, doesn't mean you can shoehorn all your stuff into this episode?
Yes, I can.
No, Rob, no. You can't just shoehorn the Hobbit trailer whenever you feel like.
I can.
No, now who's being a child?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
You have a big nose.
Go to the corner.
I'm already in the corner.
Further in the corner. Better. I don't want you to pass this line here.
Proceed.
Anyway, right. As this is a brief catch-up, we're going to talk about this one more film briefly. And when I say briefly, I mean very briefly, because it is 4-2...
The Lost World. Oh no, it's the Dark World,
World.
isn't it? Not the Lost World, that's Jurassic Park. Oh, bum.
Now I just want to watch him take on dinosaurs. I hope you're happy.
And I haven't seen this yet, so...
So yeah, I won't go into too many details about it, because there are scenes like where that moment where
La 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 la, I can hear you, la 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 la
Where Thor hits like with his hammer.
You ruined everything! Ah!
Yes. But no, overall, I thought it was as a sequel, as sequels go. Well, more of a sequel to Avengers in Thor 1.
Yeah, because you haven't seen Thor 1, have you? And Thor 1, Thor 1 is brilliant.
Well, it takes more of in Thor's world, and like instead of Earth, which I know the last Thor did, and which Avengers did.
You mean Asgard?
Yeah, so it takes place in Asgard. And in terms of story, it follows more closely onto like how Loki, after everything that Loki has done in Avengers. Can we cut?
Honestly, no. I want to make a point in this. You watch the trailer to Thor: The Dark World. When you get the first shot of Loki, doesn't it look exactly like Kyle? Okay, just sort of.
You must have been incredibly desperate.
Put your
to
head
come
that.
to me for help.
Put your head that way, because that's how the shot goes. Pretend you're reading a book. Thor's up there, and just look up.
You must have been incredibly desperate to come to me for help.
It's uncanny. So, what was Loki like? Please tell me he was awesome.
He is definitely still a show stealer. Loki is a show stealer in this, but I think the best parts of it just is I love to see Thor's own world, and we got to see it in so much more detail in this, like because most of the film takes place either in London, which is awesome, or in Asgard, and also the Dark World, which you will find out more about later.
So it's a bit like in Thor 1, because in Thor you do see more of Asgard, and it takes on Earth it's mainly in America, and there's like the ice world. I can't remember the name of it from the first film, but yeah. So what would you give it out of 5 stars?
I'll definitely give it another 4 stars. Hammer in the 4 stars.
Bomb!
It's got a serious storyline. It knows how to. It treats its characters well, but it doesn't. It doesn't hesitate to have a laugh at itself. Especially when you compare like the character of Thor to Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man or Tony Stark, who's really light-hearted and just makes jokes at everything. It does. Loki, in a way, kind of plays on that fact that he's so serious, and it works really well. Like their chemistry on screen is the best thing of it.
Because I saw in the trailer there's a bit where Loki says smashing things with your hammer doesn't solve anything, and then in the trailer Thor just smashes the ground like 100 people go up in the air, and he says, any other objectives?
You just got to keep watching for snarky comments.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. Actually, we're going to see it later on today, so that's good. Dear. That's good. So, do you want to move on to Philomena?
No, Philomena. Steve Coogan, Judi Dench, and my phone in one beautiful, heart-wrenching tale of evil nuns.
Evil nuns? That's what it's about?
I'm not going to go into details of the plot because I respect people despite the disclaimer, but the story follows Judi Dench's character and when her child gets taken away from her when she's young, and as she's in a nunnery, she's kind of told that she's the evil one for having sex, like before marriage, etc., and conceiving a child. So whatever happens to the child, deserves to happen to her because she's the evil sinner. It cuts to her and she's an old lady now, but she still regrets, that day where she lost her child. And to be quite frank, I can't blame her on that.
And who's Steve Coogan in relation?
Steve Coogan plays a journalist, and from finding out from Judi Dench's daughter about her story, he kind of takes her story for his own, self-gain. After finding out about the story of the nunnery, he kind of, despite Judi Dench's wishes, realises that he can make a good story about evil nuns and how they take children away. But then the story becomes a travel looking for Judi Dench's lost son. But what makes it so beautiful is their character development. It's like saying we've got childish Rob, who then turns into manly Rob, upon realising that his loved one is taken away by a Kirby. How does this face make you feel, Rob? How does it make you feel?
I hate Kirby!
And there you have the perfect example of character development.
So, out of 5 stars, what would you give Philomena?
4.5.
4.5? You'd give it more than Thor?
No, the reason being, I think in terms of production and values and everything like that, Thor is probably the better film. But what Philomena had for me was the surprise factor.
Okay.
It made me really think about reality and what really is, like, you know, what is evil in this world, what is good, like, and I'm not even a father, but I felt the pain of, like, having lost a child that, you know, a child that I would have loved.
I know what you mean.
It has the surprise factor for me, and the story will keep you entertained. Well, not entertained, but, you know, keep you engaged the whole way through.
It's like I was playing Pokemon Black the other day, and my Snivy fainted. I felt like I'd lost my child.
Shit, man. How did you deal with that?
I don't know. I relapsed. I played Pokemon X before I'd even completed Pokemon Black. And then
A truly troubled soul.
I missed the chance to capture Pikachu because I killed him. I hurt him too much.
It's alright, I'll trade you a Pikachu now.
Alright. Alright.
It's fine. Sorted.
Ah.
Now, where do we go with this episode now? As this is more of a recap episode, and welcome back, Rob.
Welcome back, me, shining blue light, yay!
Maybe we should throw a party. Hey, confetti! Rob is back! We'll have to make the next. Anyway, the next episode of Reeltime is episode 10. Double digits 1-0. So we want to come up with something special. So if you have any ideas on what you want us to do, maybe something special, tell us. See if we can listen to you or ignore you. We'll see how it goes.
And if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave the like bottom, no, the like button,
But still, like bottoms.
and post a comment telling us how cool we are.
Yeah.
And
But give us ideas what we can do for our 10th episode. It's going to have to be a real
special one.
or we're just going to pick a random film. And do you guys really want us to pick a random film?
I don't think they do.
It's all on you now.
So anyway, toodles, goodbye.
So, Rob, out of interest, what would you rate my episode?
Yeah, it was great.
Doesn't seem very sincere.
Yeah, that's about as sincere as it's gonna get.
So I put a lot of time and effort into that video, Rob. Here, have a Kirby.
Ow.
And I've got something to say to you, Rob. I've got to go. But unlike you, I'll be back in the next episode.
But we're filming it right now.
It's not the point!